Were you intimidated by Vince when you first met Vince?
Oh, yes. Well, it's
Vince?
a brilliant man. Like, it's someone, I mean, look what he's created.
Yeah.
So that alone, like, you just know the brain. And,
It's like you almost freeze up. You just smile and you're like, hi, nice to meet you. Like,
and it's your boss. So it's like you want to make sure you say the right thing. You want to make sure you're intriguing. There's just so many different things.
Vince has this aura and this energy about him. Like, sometimes when you meet very important people, they just have this thing about him, and that's Vince. So that right there kind of takes your breath away. Like, this is a very important person.
Yeah.
Like, so having that, that makes it so intimidating.
Right. But once you're there for a while and you start working with him in segments and he starts really coaching you and helping you, it's crazy how all of a sudden he feels like almost like Uncle Vince. Like, you can build a great bond with him. And Nicole and I going to Afghanistan with him. Like,
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We, going to Afghanistan with Vince and Kofi, like, it actually took us a different level with Vince. And, like, he was a friend there, and that was really cool. We had never been on that level with him, and it was awesome. Just our conversations, hanging out, and
it was just like friends hanging out. And he'd talk about his grandkids, and he'd just have the biggest smile on his face when he talked about his grandkids, and he loved sharing stories with them, and we'd all goof around, like we were laughing so hard.
He's
like,
a prankster. He's hilarious. So
it was so much fun. I was like, I want to hang out with Grandpa Vince all the time.
It pretty much progressed where you turned heel, right?
Yeah. So, and I wanted from day one to be a heel, but
we know. It's very natural.
Yes, for me. But so when they were like letting me a little bit, I was like, this is sick. Now, do I look back at my wardrobe? I hated what I wore and stuff, but that's okay. Whatever.
About what I wore.
Hey, we were in the PG area, and they really scared Bree and I to be PG, so Bree and I went over and beyond PG. I think we were the G girls. But it was good because we got a really good kid fan base, and we love our kid fans. But I loved it because I got to start, like, being me. And I was just in heaven. I remember my first walkout with the boys. I
remember
like,
it
my
too.
Thing, and I was like this, whatever, and we go out, and I was like just feeling great and mean and sassy, and then I come back and Stephanie McMahon's sitting there, and she's like, I don't think this is allowed. And I was like, and everyone stared at me, and I was like, oh my God,
and we went back home and watched it, and I was
because then we're in slow-mo because of Morrison.
Feeling it. She was feeling it.
And Miz is making fun of me going, yeah, I was like, dang, and I was just feeling it because I was like, I'm a bad girl.
I was in the ring like, oh my God.
I got made fun of for a good week for that, so.
What was Steph like?
She's an inspiration to us.
Yeah.
She, not only is she beautiful, but she's classy, and she's strong, and she's smart, and she's like independent. She kind of is like just an all-around amazing woman. You kind of look up to her like, I wish I had.
You definitely do. And we were lucky because, Nicole and I did a lot of stuff outside of the ring with WWE. We did a lot of media and events, and we were able to go to Washington, D.C. with Stephanie. And it was just a great experience, but it was also great to see her in that light and with those people and how she is. And she's a strong woman, and it's great to see that,
Yeah, I like when I see like beautiful women like running the show, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
and
I'm
even
like,
when
you
they
go,
talk,
girl.
yeah.
And she was just, she's so educated and articulate. Like when she would just talk, I was like, damn, that girl's good.
Yeah, she made me want to go get like a vocabulary book.
I was like, so how do you talk like that?
Yeah.
Who came up with the Switches idea? Was it you guys, or was it creative, the writers, or?
How did Twin Magic start?
I think it was Vince.
It was Vince.
Yeah, Vince came up with that.
Yeah, Vince came up with that, and then we started to come up with the ones where we actually did it behind the ref's back.
Right. Now, did they make you watch tapes?
That was Fit, right?
Well, no, actually, they didn't make us watch tapes, but Nicole and I did, and we actually started watching a lot in FCW, because we did. We wanted to see like.
Who did you study?
We loved the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Yeah, Killer Bees.
I was going to ask you. Okay.
Yeah, the Killer Bees was definitely the one that we really wanted to learn some of their stuff.
We would try to do some of like the turning and the switches they would do, and it was kind of harder. I remember on one we tried to do it. I think it was ECW one time.
Or Superstars.
But theirs, it was just, in the end, what we realized, to protect our refs, we had to do it where they were just drawn away. They got away with a lot more back then.
Yeah.
But, gosh, I mean, a lot of the girls, old school girls, we'd watch. But you know what's funny is we'd watch a lot of the foreign. Yeah.
All Japan women?
Yeah, a lot of Japan women.
We did.
They just had really, we kind of like, we liked their holds, and like, they were like girly. We're like, oh, we could kind of put it in a way, we kind of stretch, like, because that was Brie and I's thing always with whatever we'd want to come up with is how does it look girly?
Yeah, that's why we loved Melina. Like, Melina's one of our favorite women wrestlers because not only is she great in the ring, but she brings that sex appeal and sexiness to these great moves. And so we think, I mean, she's hands down probably one of my favorite women wrestlers to watch.
Yeah.